Moments with Morgan. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today on this amazing Super Soul Sunday? Gaining clarity while grieving loss. And a lot of us have had a lot of loss in our lives. The past 3-4 years, we've lost a lot of family members, a lot of loved ones. COVID took a lot of people away from us, a lot of our loved ones. Well, I've had my own share of loss. I lost my father during COVID. I lost a child at 14 years old, stillborn. I lost a relationship that I held on to for 17 years. My previous marriage, I held on to it for 17 years. And in each part of my stage of my loss, I don't think I've ever really grieved because I knew I had to move on to the next page, the next stage of my life. And people always kept asking me, how you been dealing with all these things and I never really see you grieve? And I come from a family on both sides. This family always invited me to someone passing away, someone being sick, someone's already at that place. And they said, oh, we know Morgan will show up for that. But they never invited me for anything positive, anything happy, anybody birthday celebrations, anybody just having a good time. I was always invited for funerals. And I remember between 2011 and 2013, I was invited to 5 funerals from 5 family members that was important to me. I lost a sister on my father's side. I lost a cousin on my mom's side. I lost another cousin on my mom's side. I lost a grandparent on my mom's side. Lost another grandparent on my mom's side. And I was like, what is going on with me? Everyone's only inviting me for funerals. And I remember when my cousin passed away for the first time, my mother's sisters walked up to me and gave me a hug. And I'm like, you've never done that before. Oh, we just don't understand how we lost her. She was so close to us. She was the sweetest, kindest thing. And believe it or not, we're the oldest grandkids. Remember I told you I'm 50. I'm the youngest of the 50. We were youngest grandkids. We were the oldest grandkids. We were the oldest nieces. We're the oldest cousins. And these family members said, oh yeah, I can't wait to see you. Let's connect again because I haven't seen you in so long. They never did. And at the same time, I'm trying to grieve these people that passed away. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we lost these people. And some people say, you need to let it go. I come from a family of letting it go. So I never got a chance to grieve the loss of my first child. He actually would have been 37 years old, y'all. 14 years old. I remember delivering that young man, holding him in my arms. His name was Dominic. He would have been an amazing young man if he would have survived. But obviously other people did not want him to survive. But that's okay because I got another son. He didn't replace him, but he didn't replace him because he has his own character. He has his own unique personality about him. You know when your relationship is about to come to an end because you already know prior to you actually filing the divorce papers or you decide to tell that person, look, I don't want to be with you no more. But you have to go through the grieving process. And then once the relationship comes to a complete end, you are supposed to grieve. But I never did because I ended up in a new relationship right away. So I wasn't even thinking about that because I'm like, this relationship is so much better. Yes, he makes me laugh. I love him and he loves me. But guess what? I never got a chance to grieve the previous relationship. And every time I kept trying to grieve the previous relationship, I'm like, why do I need to grieve? That chapter came to a close. You know you're going to grieve when you lose a job. You lose a job. And you're like, I can't believe they fired me. And I lost 3 jobs in an 11-year period when I lived in Georgia. And I kept saying, what is wrong with me? Why these people keep letting me go? I'm a valuable asset. But I never got a chance to grieve the loss of the job. So there are a lot of losses that we have. My daddy. I finally, guys, just now started to grieve the loss of my father. And he passed away July the 4th, 2020. I thought I was grieving him every time when he had passed. I was like, I done cried, I done boo-hoo, and snotted. I've been thinking about all the things that I lost. I didn't get a chance to have enough time to. Because unfortunately, we lost 30 years of our lives because of other people interfering with the connection between father and daughter. But he always knew she's always my boo-boo. Like my mom knows. They both always say, You are our firstborn. I said, but unfortunately, y'all did not know how to love your firstborn. You didn't know how to value your firstborn. But guess what? I finally learned how to grieve. And as you're going through these grief, you got to gain clarity. Well, why did this person get taken away from me? And why did I lose this? And how did this happen? Lord, why me? Why me? Why them? Why take them? And I remember when a cousin passed and everybody said, they passed in a violent way. And some people said, well, you know, you got some people in your family that should have been long gone. You're right. God kept them, but he took them. But I believe, in my opinion, in my mind, in my thought, he took them to get our attention in our family. But unfortunately, it did not happen. But you have to gain clarity as you're grieving. You have to understand, why were these people taken away from me? Why were they taken away from our family? Why did I lose this job? Why did this marriage break up? Why did this divorce come to here? But you already got that answer prior to actually physically happening, because you just had to go through the process and the steps for it to happen. So you already got the clarity. You just had to go through the motions of the oceans. And someone told me, Morgan, you have mastered emotions. I did. I mastered how to grieve the loss of a child, grieve the loss of a father that I never really got a chance to have a full relationship with, grieve the loss of a relationship that I held on to for 17 years, thinking that he was supposed to be better. He was going to be better. He was going to do better. Losing a lot of things in my life, lost a lot of things in my life. So I guess I did master emotions. But it did not change who I am. Because as the shirt say, stay true, shine bright, and love more. So I was able to master my emotions, to never change who I am, to never let none of those things, when those people keep slapping me in my face and saying all these things and spreading my name through the mud and saying this about me and saying that about me, it never changed who I am. Still a bright, shiny person with a great heart, a loving soul, a kind spirit. And don't get me wrong now. I got my moments. Your girl Morgan got her moments. She pushed the wrong button. You'll get a different version of me. Moments with Morgan. Guys, I really want to see your comments. Place your responses, anything that you've been going through. And I know a lot of us have grieved loss for a very long time. Some people are still grieving the loss of loved ones, the loss of a failed marriage, the loss of a failed relationship, the loss of a parent, the loss of a grandparent, the loss of a best friend. Put your comments in this post. Moments with Morgan.